I'm a Jew who loves Jesus, just not the divine Jesus. I love Jesus, who is my Jewish brother, who never knew what Christianity was. He was a Pharisee, and he kept the Shabbat, etc., etc.
So hold on. You don't like the divine Jesus Christians believe in, and you say you like your Jewish brother? You say he was a Pharisee? Dude, Jesus exposed the Pharisees. That's why they got him crucified. How can he be a Pharisee if he got crucified for it? And actually these people say, well, he was such a powerful Jew, a powerful rabbi, that the Romans put him on a cross. Oh yeah? That's why? How is it that the Vatican is in Rome? So the Romans became Christians as soon as the Emperor Constantine legalized Christianity, but the Jews still don't believe in Jesus. In your Talmud, Jesus is burning in feces. So how can it be? Who do you love? Because your own book says that he's a criminal, pretty much.
The fact that one errant IDF soldier destroys a statue means the following: that not every IDF soldier is perfect. And he's going to be punished. And the Israeli military announced that instantly. Now compare that to what people like Tucker Carlson trying to get you to believe. Tucker's now saying that Islam reveres Jesus as a prophet, and Tucker is trying to now Islamify Jesus, who was a Jew. Really? Then why is Christianity prohibited in nearly every Muslim neighbor of Israel? Why are IDF soldiers protecting every church at the risk of their own lives? 170 IDF soldiers died over the past year. You know what it's like for people like me and my wife, Debbie, to sit and have to shake when our kids are in Lebanon fighting these Islamist terrorists, not Muslims. Muslims are my brothers, just like Christians are, but Islamists, murderers. So let's go through the facts. A, an IDF soldier destroyed a statue of Jesus. B, that IDF soldier acted in complete violation, not just of Jewish values, but IDF's regulations. Number 3, that soldier is going to be severely punished and probably in prison. Number 4, Israel loves our Christian brothers and sisters. Number 5, the IDF risks his life to protect Christians all the time. Number 6, here's 6, okay? Tucker Carlson is now trying to Islamify Jesus, who was a Jew. My Christian brothers and sisters, this message is for you. We could not show more love and appreciation to all of our Christian brothers, especially the evangelicals who stand with us. God bless you all.
Well, you can fool the Protestants, and obviously the evangelicals, they're still Protestants, but you can't fool history. You can't fool Catholics, Orthodox. Bro, we see reality. You can't fuck with us. So Israel destroyed the mausoleum of Simon Peter in the village of Shammah in southern Lebanon. And this was almost 2,000 years old. But you're protecting Christians? You're protecting churches? Where? Because it seems to me every neighboring country is getting bombed. Even in Gaza, you destroy churches. And let's see how they defend Christians.
No. You got a name of Yeshua, right?
Whoa, whoa.
He slapped my face.
Wow.
He slapped my face.
But no, guys, it's only a few of them, Let alone the fact that there's thousands of videos like this. Yeah. And by the way, guys, this is the Italian UNIFIL troops that fixed the cross that the IDF soldier destroyed. And Israel claimed they did that. They fixed the cross. When in reality, Italian troops fixed it, not Israel. And the king is back. Let's go.
How does Israel benefit us as a partner?
Well, first and foremost, you're a Christian.
Yes.
How do we know the Bible is true?
From the land of Israel, Palestine.
That's not Palestine.
You want me to put British-Palestine? Does that help?
Well, as a Christian, so are you Armenian Christian?
No, I'm actually Palestinian.
Okay. So what? And you're Christian?
Yes, I'm a Christian.
Okay. Well, praise God. I'm thrilled to hear that. So, but I think you can acknowledge that we as Christians have to honor the Jews. Do you believe that?
I think we should honor everyone. People are people at the end of the day.
But in our scriptures, it does say that we should bless the Jews. That Genesis 12:3, bless those. I will bless those descendants that bless me. And we have a covenant with Israel. Do you share that as a Christian, that belief?
First of all, rest in peace to Charlie, but this is just wrong, you know? We're Christians, we go by the New Testament, not the old one. Genesis is the first book, like it's more than 4,000 years ago, and those people are not the same people of nowadays. This is not the state of Israel that the Torah is talking about. It's even ridiculous to bring this up because those same people rejected the Messiah, you know? So the Jews, the real Jews of the Old Testament, waited for the Messiah. That's why these Jews of nowadays, these modern day Jews, they're still waiting for the Messiah because they rejected Jesus Christ as the Messiah. But the Messiah came, and he came for the Jews and the Gentiles. That's why we are all united. Israel is the church because we are all with Christ, thanks to the King's sacrifice on the cross. You know, back 5,000 years ago, there was no such thing as a rabbinic Talmudic Judaism. So it's not the same people. They're not the same religion. They just call themselves Jews, but it's not the same tribe. The real Jews, the people of God, connected with the Old Covenant, accepted Jesus Christ as the Messiah, and they became Christians. That's why there's only a few of them. What is 60 million worldwide? There's only a few of them because they come from the lineage of the Pharisees, the people that rejected Jesus Christ, the people that Jesus Christ exposed when he was on earth.
What I'm saying is, like, before Israel's inception, you had Jewish terrorists over there, the Irgun, the Haganah, the Stern Gang. You know, they blew up the King David Hotel. They were murdering British people. You had, like I said, the Bolshevik genocide. You had the Holodomor. You had Jews literally targeting and killing Christians. I mean, they burnt down over 40,000 churches in Russia, which was a predominantly Christian country, right? And this was an absolute Jewish leadership. Putin said that. Hitler said that. Alexander Solzhenitsyn said that. Churchill said that in Zionism versus Bolshevism, the struggle for the Jewish soul. He specifically said that the Bolshevik leadership was predominantly Jewish. And so this is Jews targeting and killing Christians, and this is before Israel's inception. So once again, I'm saying Jews have been targeting Christians before Israel was formed. And so I don't like to just focus on Zionism because that focuses more on Israel, which I'm not saying is not a problem. I'm just saying I think the problem is a little bit more deep-rooted, and I also see it in the United States as well. And you see that, why would they spit on Christians? And why is that part of their culture? That's not a Zionist ideology. That is a Jewish, looking at Christians as being idol worshipers. And that didn't just happen in the last 100 years. They've believed that.
Now, in Gaza is a small but long-standing Christian community. Lived there since Jesus. And they were killed too. Christian churches were bombed intentionally multiple times in Gaza. Christian parishioners were murdered by the IDF in Gaza. A mother and daughter were shot to death by an Israeli sniper in a churchyard in Gaza. And the reaction in the United States, well, there wasn't any reaction in the United States. In every single case, Israel, in order, denied it happened. Then when confronted with proof that it happened, because dead people are pretty easy to verify because they're dead, said, oh, it was an accident. We'll look into it. Who was punished? Nobody. In no case was anybody punished for blowing up churches and murdering Christians in Gaza. At one point, an Israeli tank fired an artillery shell into a cross on top of a Christian church in Gaza, as if it couldn't get clear what the point of this was. The point was to take down the cross, because the cross is so offensive, apparently. And that's the point at which Christians in the United States, again, who are paying for this, who are the last remaining supporters, the last remaining large group of supporters of the Israeli military in the United States, and critical to continued funding for the state of Israel, should have asked themselves, could these all be accidents? The country with the most sophisticated munitions on the planet is accidentally bombing churches, and not just once, but again and again. Do snipers really make mistakes like that? Shooting a mother and a daughter in a churchyard, could that have been a mistake? What's going on here? And of course, if they'd asked, nobody did. And those who did were immediately denounced as terror supporters.
Yeah, that's pathetic. And these people saying it's an accident. Dude, these people are soldiers. You're not supposed to kill people by accident. There is no army that does that. No Italian, no German, no French, no Spanish people, no Americans killed by accident. Did they do bad things? Obviously. Not this much though. Not even close. Okay, by far, not even close. You can't just bomb thousands of churches by accident. You can't just kill thousands of Christians by accident. Before you snipe someone, you can clearly see who they are. Do you think a small child with his mom at church is Hamas? How can you say it's an accident? You have no excuse. There is no accident. Those people are dead now because of an accident. It's not an accident. They should have justice. God bless their families. May God rest their souls. And guys, let me know in the comments what you think about Israel and what it's doing. And not only about Christians, you know. Muslims, dude, innocent people are innocent people. Doesn't matter if they're Muslims, atheists, Christians. Innocent people are getting killed, okay? And the thing is, Israel or Zionist groups always say, well, what about the Muslims? They always kill Christians. Yeah, but the United States is not behind them, okay? The United States is not promoting them killing Christians, but they are promoting Israel. They're helping Israel. They're bombing all the neighboring countries. So this has to stop. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe if you want to. Christ is King, and God bless you.